Hi, welcome to Getting Started with Remote Desktop Manager Enterprise Edition, Step 2, Add your data source for Teams. So for this demo, I'll be using an SQL Server as a backend and as an account to log on to our system. We will follow a company who's managed internal servers and also customer servers and see how they would set up the Remote Desktop Manager. So there will be a help desk and a service desk team. We're ready to get started. Let's launch the application. When starting RDM, you'll notice that you already have a local data source, which in fact is an SQLite data source. You always need at least one data source, so we won't delete it right now. Your data sources are at the heart of RDM. They are the container that holds all your entries. Let's first create a new data source. So click on File, Data Source, then on the plus to add a new data source, and then I'll select the Microsoft SQL Server and click on OK. You'll need an advanced data source to support all the advanced features needed to manage a team environment. Now, if you wish to learn more about all the data source that RDM supports, and there's a lot of them, I would invite you to watch the video Learn More About Remote Desktop Manager Data Source. I'll add the link below. So back to our SQL Server data source. Type in the name of your data source and then the name of the SQL Server instance using the default instance in this case, the username, the password that grants me access to the server. Make sure to enter a user that is an administrator of the SQL Server instance in order to allow him to create a database and to create logins as well. Now that all my information is entered, I'll click on Test Host to be certain that the server settings are correct. The next step is to create the database. So go in the Upgrade tab and then click on Create Database. Enter a name and then an OK and test your new database as well. You can now see my newly created database. If you wish to now delete your local database since it's no longer needed, you can just select your local data source and click on the X to delete it. I can now exit this window and you can now see my SQL Server data source. Now you should be ready to select your security provider, which is our next tutorial video.